Welcome back everybody to the next installment of my Smash Bros. Ultimate in-depth analysis, where we break down a certain character or how they have changed as detailed as possible in the time leading up to the game's eventual release. This time we'll be covering Palutena's Herald himself, Pit, and how he has changed from his last appearance in Smash 4. Now just a few notes and disclaimers before I start the breakdown in earnest. First, since I keep getting comments about this, yes, I am aware that damage is different in 1v1, technically when items are off as well. I do take this into account when calculating base damages. I also take into account things like how stale or fresh a move is as well, and compare many different instances of that move being used in order to remove as many variables as possible. I only report on a change when I am 100% confident that it can be factually verified. Speculation is abound about Smash Ultimate right now, and I do not want to be responsible for spreading this information to excited players. Second, if I do not bring up a certain move or trait of a character in their video, assume it is probably unchanged from Smash 4 and left out to keep the video concise. Of course, if you have evidence that I left something out or was incorrect about a certain change, please let me know, as I want to be as thorough as possible. Now, with that out of the way, we can get down to business. First things first, the aspects of Pit unrelated to his moveset. His skins have been slightly altered from their last appearance. His green skin, for instance, now has red tinged wings. His black clothed skin now has black wings like his alter ego Dark Pit, which is interesting because that was one of the main ways to tell the difference between the two, as Pit never had black wings before. His pink skin now has the more purple tinged wings from his Smash 4 Cyan alt. Speaking of which, that alt is gone now, replaced with this white one with blonde hair. Pit also has a new Star KO cry. He will now scream while flying to his death. A cute little reference to this part of Kid Icarus Uprising.
Mayday! Mayday! This looks like the end! I never learned how to read!
Alright, now time to get into his moveset, and while pretty much all of Pit's moves have gotten a fresh new coat of aesthetic paint, he has also gotten some more substantial changes to them as well, starting with jab. His jab 1 and 2 are pretty much the same, but his rapid jab is much different. Instead of doing his high school color guard routine with his bow, he instead opts to keep them separated for a flurry of blows. This jab seems to have much more range and work more consistently overall. Though SDI was not present in the demo, so we will have to see with time how reliable it is in comparison. His dash attack, while functionally pretty much the same, has had its animation changed. I've heard reports of it killing now, but I have not seen footage of this myself, and will hold off on confirming that. Down tilt has had its launch angle changed. Even accounting for DI, it definitely launches more vertically in Smash Ultimate. By how much I cannot confirm exactly, as I do not know which way the opponent was DIing or how strong DI is in Ultimate compared to Smash 4, but my best estimation is about 5 to 10 degrees more vertical. This may seem trivial, but combined with the minor 2-frame buff on its end lag, it could serve more as a combo starter this time around. Speaking of combo starter, it seems up tilt has finally found a purpose in Smash Ultimate. First off, it now only hits twice instead of 3 times like in Smash 4, making it connect much more consistently, with the first hit dealing 4% and the second dealing 6%, allowing it to keep the same damage it had before. It also has had about 8 frames of lag shaved off of it as well, allowing for much more follow-up opportunity than before. But now we get to Pit's aerials, the area where I think he got the most love overall. Aside from looking prettier, his fair has also gotten its damage buffed, with the multi-hits each getting a 1% buff up to 2.5%, and the last hit getting a 2% buff up to 6%. This yields a net gain from 7% in Smash 4 all the way up to 11%. This damage buff is the most likely explanation for the very respectable kill power this move now seems to have. Not only that, but it also seems to combo out of down throw and lead into itself now, which could give Pit more teeth when it comes to the early game conversions. Pit's up air has had its damage reworked as well. The multi-hits now only do 1.5% as opposed to 2, but the last hit has now been buffed from 2% all the way up to 5%. What this gets you is an overall minor buff of 1% damage, but much more killing power on the final hit, which explains how it was able to spark Kirby in the low 100s without even a 1v1 multiplier. Keep a close eye on this move because I feel it will make Pit much more threatening in the advantage. And of course, like every character in Smash Ultimate, Pit has much less landing lag in all of his aerials, which means it's time for another landing lag lightning round.
Ready? Go!
Pit's Nair has been buffed from 24 frames to 14 frames, a 10 frame difference that will help him from getting punished so severely when he does not auto-cancel this move now. Pit's Fair has been buffed from 20 frames to 12 frames. This, combined with the more damaging multi-hits, could bring Pit some dragged out setups while also giving him a viable landing aerial that is hard to power shield. Pit's Up Air has been buffed from 24 frames to 14 frames. This will make it possible to push advantage with at more heights without having to worry about missing the auto-cancel and losing your juggle. Pit's Dair has literally lost half of its lag down to 12 frames. This could yield some interesting setups with either the spike hitbox or the upwards hitting sour spots. And finally, his Bear has been buffed from 20 frames to a very impressive 11. This will make an already great landing aerial even better and reduce the necessity of spacing the sweet spot on shield. Okay, now for Pit's special moves. We will start with his basic neutral B, which has received some basic buffs. Firstly, both his grounded and aerial arrows now have a startup of 17 frames, a buff of 3 and 5 frames respectively. The grounded arrows have also had 11 frames of end lag trimmed off of them as well. Another small but useful buff is that Pit's up B can now snap to ledge backwards. In a game where ledge snaps are nerfed in general, this is a very good thing to have. Pit's down B, the Guardian Orbitars, have gotten a big usability upgrade, now coming out 3 frames faster at frame 6 and ending a whole 10 frames earlier, making it a much more useful tool in the neutral overall. And finally, his side B, while unchanged for the most part, is a lot less laggy when it's whiffed off stage, about 16 frames less, meaning missing the ledge will no longer be as much of a death sentence. Pit's most powerful move, his Final Smash, has been changed. He used to use the 3 Sacred Treasures, a move dating back to his days on the NES, but now he uses the Lightning Chariot from Chapter 19 of Kid Icarus Uprising. This move acts very similar to the Dragoon item. Oh, and as for Dark Pit, we don't know enough from his trailer to glean any real data from. He seems to have the same frame data as Pit, like before. His dark arrows still act like they did in Smash 4, and he still has Electroshock instead of Upper Dash Arm. Not much to say about him yet. And with that, we are finished. Pit may not have gotten the overhaul some other characters got, but I do believe these changes will make a difference. While I'm not in the business of speculating viability, I just relay the facts, I would be interested to hear your guys' opinion on the changes he has gotten. Do you think this will make Pit better overall, or do you think he will remain his honest mid-tier self? Twitter and other social media information in the description below. Subscribe for more analysis videos coming in the pipeline, and leave a comment on which character you want to see covered next. Preferably from the demo so I can get some real data. Thank you.